me.
'Cause I'm on top of the world.
To
I'm on
the
top of the
mother
world.
plane.
Yeah.
Hey kitties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Marilyn and bringing you all things beauty, fashion, glamour, and lifestyle. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe now. Let's get that out the way. Okay kitties, so today we're going to be getting into a little bit of lifestyle. We're going to be talking about weight loss, which is a popular topic, and we're going to talk about how I lost 40 pounds in the last several months. Give you a little backstory on all that. Prime Day is coming up, so a lot of these items that I'm going to recommend is going to be coming from Amazon, and they're linked on my Amazon storefront. So if you decide to get anything, of course, I'm going to get a commission for that, and I hope you love that, okay? But first, let's talk about the things that I did that you can't really buy on Amazon, which is a huge part of the entire journey when it comes to weight loss, of course. Now, just to give you a little bit of a backstory, like I've always been on the chunky side. Like from what I remember, I've always been on the chunky side, but as of lately, the reason why I decided to go hard and lose some weight is because I actually had to. Last December, when I did my normal annual blood work, my blood work indicated that I was within like the beginning stages of the pre-diabetic range. Okay, and just to give you some numbers, like my fasting glucose was 108, and you should be, to be within the healthy range, you should be below 100. So I was a little bit over in that. And another big thing was my A1C had went up to 6.1. So that is within the diabetic range. I believe when it comes to glucose, you need to be, you need to be under 100, but pre-diabetic is from over 100, like 101 to 125. Once you get to the 126, they consider that diabetic. So I was right at the beginning range. And when it comes to A1C, your A1C normal should be below 5.7 from what I know. All right, so now in current times, which it only took me, I think it was about 4 or 5 months before I had my blood retested, and my A1C had went down to 5.5. And my fasting glucose was at about 90, I think. So it was within the normal range after I did these things I'm about to tell you. So let me spill the tea. Okay, so some of the obvious things, which is a no-brainer that I had to do in order to, of course, lose weight, lower my glucose levels and all that, was of course to cut out the amount of sugar, refined sugars that I was eating. That was like the ready-made, like sweet snacks. I stopped eating cereals a long time ago, so I wasn't really doing that. But like the candies, the cakes, the donuts, all that good stuff, the frappes, those Starbucks type drinks. I used to love a frappe from McDonald's. Basically liquid dessert. I still love them. I just don't drink them. Okay, but I love that, and that was a weakness of mine. And white breads, thick breads, just breads in general, fried dumplings. Like girl, like all the good shit. So I had to go ahead and cut that out, of course, and I incorporated fasting, which I've done before, and I know that it works. So I incorporated fasting, and I also worked out or exercised on an empty stomach while fasting. Obviously, if it's an empty stomach, I'm fasted, but yeah, so I incorporated those things, and when I tell you they work like a dream on me. Of course, do research to see what works out for you, but for me, this worked great. And within a couple months, my numbers was looking good. They were in the normal range. So I continued with it because the motivation that I have now is because I have to. It's not just to be cute to lose the weight. Like I actually have to. It's either I want to be big as hell with diabetes or not. That was literally it. Either you're gonna do this shit or you're not gonna do it. Okay, just to keep it real. So I decided to do it because if you know me, I'm very afraid of taking certain sort of medications or doing anything that I don't have to do. Like if I can actually lose weight by just the diet and the exercise and the glucose thing is lowered and I'm good, I'm gonna do that versus taking the medication to lower it, because I'm scary in that sense and I don't want to take it if I don't absolutely have to. All right, so these steps, they had to work for me. I didn't have a choice, so that's probably why they worked. Okay, now when it comes to fasting, you know, you do have to do it right, okay? Now I did the fasting where I was fasted for 16 hours and I had 8-hour window to eat. So for me, that was from 12 to 8, worked out perfectly. The biggest thing when it comes to fasting, you have to make sure you don't overeat, of course. So when that feeding window opens, you don't want to overindulge, okay? Especially that first meal. That first meal is super important, so you want to fill that with things that have substance like protein, fibers, just nutritious food. You do not want to break the fast with BS, like, you know, donuts, because it kind of defeats the purpose, and sometimes you can find that you would gain weight doing it that way. So me, I would do a typical meal that has some sort of protein like eggs. I would add healthy fats like avocado, peanut butter, things like that I would do. And if I'm having a breakfast that's not like a protein shake, I'm making something that has protein, healthy fats. I even put a carb in there like a wheat bread, but like with real grains, because not all wheat bread is good wheat bread. There's a bread by, I think it's called Dave's bread. It has 21 grains in it, and that's a great bread. I only do one slice, make some breakfast, be on my way. Then, you know, and for dinner, I'm doing protein, just low carbs. I do carbs still, but it's just very little. And then I have these days where if me and my husband go out, or me, my husband, and my son go out, I kind of just eat what I want within restriction. Like I never drink juice, never drink soda. The beverage that I choose is always going to be water, because 0 calories in that, and I prefer my calorie to be in my food. So that's all I drink. Water. Okay, and the next thing when it comes to exercise, if you are trying to lose weight, of course you're gonna want to exercise, but if you're trying to lose weight, lower your glucose, get out of the pre-diabetic range, you kind of have to exercise every single day. I exercise every single day, and I do that while on an empty stomach, because you're basically using up the stored glucose that's already in your blood. Because if you're pre-diabetic, or if you're actually diabetic, you have an extra amount of glucose in your blood that you want to go ahead and use as energy. So instead of me like eating a breakfast and getting energy from that and working off that breakfast, I'm working off the glucose that's already in my blood, that is stored, that I really need to get out because I don't need all of that. And I'm using that as energy. So that's helping me lower my glucose and then making me more sensitive to insulin. I'll be looking up some stuff. It makes me more sensitive to insulin, which means when I have meals, my body doesn't require as much insulin to lower my glucose. When you're insulin resistant, that means you're always eating, constantly eating, or insulin resistant happens when you're constantly eating, you're overweight, pre-diabetic, but your body needs more insulin to bring your glucose levels down because you're constantly eating. Every time you take a bite, your body produces insulin to help bring down the glucose from that food. But if you're eating less, like with fasting, you help your body become more sensitive to insulin, which makes it work better, which is a good thing. So when you eat a meal, your body only needs to, spew out a little bit of insulin to bring it down, and you're helping yourself regulate your blood sugar. Okay, I'm no doctor, but a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of reading, a lot of videos on Instagram when it comes to nutrition, all those things, I just put together all that information and just did something that worked for me and is still working for me. All right, so those are the things that I did that you can't buy on Amazon, or the steps that I took that you can't buy on Amazon. But all these other products are exercise equipment that I use at home that are so convenient and help me sort of stick to the plan, because I'm a convenience girl. If it takes too much for me to do it, I'm probably not going to stick to it. I probably won't even attempt it anyway, because I'm already like, girl, get somebody else to do that. But I have to make things bulletproof, dummy proof for me. So if everything that I need is here, I'm gonna win. I'm a win, girl. Okay, so the first item I'm gonna recommend that does come from Amazon is these protein shakes. These are by a brand called Premier Protein. I'm not really into like protein powders because I already told you I like convenience. This is already mixed. It's smooth, it's creamy, it actually tastes good. And guess what? It only has 1 gram of sugar. 1 gram of sugar. This is the perfect way to break a fast, and I do this when I don't really want to make anything, I don't really have time, I'm on the go, whatever the case is. This is my go-to. Okay, I've tried this in the strawberry, which is this one that I had earlier. I broke my fast today with this. I've tried the chocolate and the vanilla. Don't know about any other flavors, but those 3 flavors are very good. It's creamy. It, like I said, it actually tastes good. I also use this to make like pancakes. I'll do almond flour. I'll also do an egg and Greek yogurt, and I'll add some of this in the batter and just sort of mix it around and, you know, get a little pancake batter with it. A healthy pancake. You can have those pancakes without worrying about like the carbs, the sugar, all that, and it actually tastes good. So I love these. I'm always gonna use these, and you can get them on Amazon in like bulk orders, or like not bulk. I guess like you can order it in bulk where you can get a variety of the flavors, and it's at your house, girl, within 1 to 2 days. Prime Day is coming up, so hopefully you see this video by that time. You can grab some of these, but convenience. I told you I'm a convenience girl, and I love these. I love these. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to recommend, I actually have to replace mine because this one is too big, but this is the Sweet Sweat waist trimmer, or waist cincher, whatever they call it. Waist trimmer, yeah. It's the Sweet Sweat waist trimmer. Okay, now with this, I wear it while exercising, and it really works up a good sweat. I like to put like a lot of lotion on. I have this firming lotion that's by Jergens that I like to put on because it's very thick, and when I put this on and then I go exercise, and I'm not even talking about no crazy strenuous, you know, workout. Even if I just go power walking for 30 minutes outside, this thing is gonna have so much sweat. When I take it off, there's so much sweat. So of course you're sweating more, getting out that extra water weight that you may have, and you're also trimming your waist. You're really losing inches from that, and this is my go-to. Okay, I have it in a size 2X. It no longer fits. Well, it fits. I can make it fit because welcome to the ghetto. Look what I did. Welcome to the ghetto. I actually cut mine. I cut mine to make it shorter. That way it's easier for me to wrap because it was long. It was getting long, so I cut mine. Okay, so welcome to the ghetto. You can do this too if you like. Okay, I don't even think I'm gonna replace it. I think I'm just gonna cut it, to be honest with you. Continue to cut it. Okay, so it works fine. The objective is to sweat, lose inches, and your girl has been doing that. All right, so next up is an actual waist trainer. Now this I do have to replace. I definitely have to replace this because I am on the last hook. So when you make it to the last hook and you want to keep it going, then of course you have to buy one that is a little size smaller. This is a 2XL. This I can't cut, girl. I'm gonna have to really replace it. But I really love this because it is flexible, so the boning isn't too hard, because I've had a waist trainer before that. The waist trainer works, but it was like so hard. Like when I sat, the boning would sort of dig into my skin, and I don't like that. This one is flexible enough to where you can actually work out in it. I don't really work out in it. I use the Sweet Sweat, but this is what I just wear around the house. So if you're losing weight and you're doing all that, a waist trainer is a great way to mold the fat as you lose it. It's not going to make you lose weight, but it's going to aid in just the way your body is shaping out while you're losing the weight. You know what I mean? So I really love this. It's very stretchy and flexible. I like the latex material. I like that it's black, nice and simple. This is something that you should definitely try out on Amazon. This is the most comfortable waist trainer that I have ever worn, and comfort is a big thing for me because I want to be cute, but I'm not trying to be in pain for it. Like that kind of pain, unnecessary pain. This is not my thing, girl. This highly recommend it. This is actually linked on my storefront as well. Okay, so definitely go ahead and check it out. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to recommend is, this is probably my favorite thing in this entire haul. It is so convenient. It helps me burn calories while I'm watching my favorite show. It is the epitome of convenience, because I told you, if it's not convenient, I'm probably not going to do it. And this, I'm going to insert a picture of it because it is kind of heavy, but I have it here just to kind of show you in real time what it looks like. and the size of it is this stepper here, okay? This is called the Nice Day Stepper, okay? I have mine on the highest resistance, so it makes it a lot harder to use, of course, but of course I'm not burning up calories, girl, you know? So I have that. It also comes with these like resistance bands on it. I did a video, I'll insert a video. I did an Instagram post with this item, so I'll insert the video so you guys can see somewhere on the screen. But it has these resistance bands. It has a little screen. Let me look it up. It's kind of heavy, y'all. So a little screen that counts the calories, it counts the steps. Girl, I throw on my little ratchet shows that I like to watch, or my YouTube, whatever I like to do as far as, you know, like if I'm watching something on the TV, I just put this on and go to town. Okay, go to town, throw on some music, go to town. I also sometimes add weights to it, which I'm gonna show you that. I'll add weights while doing it. So I have a kettlebell, which that's the next thing I should show you guys. But a kettlebell where I do a few exercises along with the stepping. But yeah, by adding the strength training, that helps you burn more calories. It helps your body, you know, shape and grow more muscles, and you just keep burning fat and just keep, you know, just doing overtime when it comes to all things healthy. So that stepper, if you do not get anything that I'm going to suggest, that stepper, game changer, game changer. All right, so the next thing is this 15-pound kettlebell. I don't really have to spend a lot of time on this because you've probably seen it on the video that I just inserted while I was using the stepper. I use, what am I trying to say? I like to use the kettlebell. I like to hold this while on the stepper just to add some weights to it to help me burn more calories. So this is just a 15-pound kettlebell. And there's a lot of accounts on Instagram that help you come up with ideas for exercises, because I really didn't know what to do with this damn thing. But there's a few pages that I follow on Instagram. I'll definitely go ahead and link them. I know one is Bodied by Asia. I like to look at her videos to get ideas on what I can do to include in my exercise routine. Or if I want to switch things up, I'll just go ahead and, you know, watch a few videos. But motivation is everywhere. There's a lot of information and a lot of people willing to help for free on Instagram, YouTube, and all that. So I of course take advantage of things like that. But yeah, this kettlebell, super convenient, easy to store away. It's not a huge, you know, weight system, a bunch of weights or anything like that. Just this 115-pound kettlebell has done me so much justice, and I can do dozens of exercises with this. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it's convenient, okay? Who am I? A convenience girl. Okay, guys, so this is the next item. I didn't feel like picking this up. Just wanted to show you guys that I have this sort of dumbbell system here. As you can see, it is another thing that's convenient. I can have all these weights. I have 5 pound, 10 pound, 15, 20, 25. All I have to do is just move this little latch here. Excuse my nail. Move the little latch here according to the weight that I want to pick up at that time, and boom, you just do your weights in the convenience of your own home, your patio, your garage, wherever, and you have an entire dumbbell system here. I have a pair. It's a pair. It comes in a pair. So there are 2 of these, and it is so convenient as far as storage as well, because it's like, I mean, look at the size of it. Okay, I have these 2 weight systems, and it's perfect. Okay, and I can store it away so easily. So definitely this is something that I would absolutely recommend. So here it is, so you can see the size of it. So perfect. Next item I'm going to suggest, now me personally, I tap out pretty quickly when it comes to this. It is such a full body workout, and it looks so much easier than it is. Like when you do the exercise, it looks so much easier than it is. And it's this 20 pound, this is 20 pounds. Does it have the weight somewhere? Yeah. So this is a 20 pound, I call it a slam ball. So I basically just raise it up and slam it down as hard as I can, and squat down and pick it up and repeat. I do like 3 sets of 10 when it comes to that. And when I tell you this works your entire body, you're working your arms, you're working your core, your thighs, your glutes, all of that with just picking up this ball and slamming it down. Okay, and when I tell you this, I feel tired even thinking about it, honestly. This is the more difficult exercise for me to do, but I still do it, not every day, because I do switch it up so I don't get too used to every single thing. my body rather doesn't get too used to it. But this right here, you're gonna burn some calories, friend. You're gonna burn some calories. Every time I do this, the next day my thighs are sore as well as my butt is sore. I don't do it that, I feel like I do it, like I run away from it a bit, but it works so well. So I try to stick to it, but this, out of every single thing, I'd be ready to tap out. Like, girl, get somebody else to do that. Get somebody else to do it, but it works. It works, and my muscles, how sore it is after doing it, lets me know how much it's working and where it's working. You engage your entire body, arms, core, thighs, butt, all that. You might want to get this, okay? So this is the 20-pound ball. Oh, child, let me put this shit down. Okay, so the last exercise equipment that I would definitely recommend is this Drip X exercise bike. I'll include a video because I did post an Instagram video on this bike, so I'll include that along with a picture or something on the screen. It is a cycling bike. It's something that I use if I'm not going to walk, if I'm not going to use a stepper, I'll use the bike. I like to put it out on my front patio. If it's raining or anything, I can still get on it. I can still burn calories. You can put it in front of your TV. Like I said, it's convenient, and I love convenient things. So I absolutely love it. Now, the seat that came with it, which this is very important when it comes to bikes, if the seat is uncomfortable, get somebody else to do it. I'm not going on it. And this bike came with a very uncomfortable seat. It was like, I couldn't even last a minute. I'm like, I can't sit on this. So my husband went ahead and looked up a different seat, and he ordered it, and it's a lot more broad, a lot more wide, it's softer. So as soon as he changed that, it made it so much more comfortable, and I'll link both of them below. So I'll link the bike as well as the seat, because without the seat, they can keep the bike. They can keep the bike, because if the seat is uncomfortable, girl, I'm not sitting on it. No, absolutely not. Who wants a bike in them? Because that's literally what it was. In you, inside. Okay guys, so those were the things that I used to help me lose 40 pounds and counting, because I'm very much still, still can, lose a few more pounds. But guess what? Now my blood work shows a healthy individual, and that is what that was the goal. Okay, so everything else that comes after that is just a cherry on top. So these are the things that I use. Hopefully it helps someone, because videos like this absolutely helped me. It pointed me in the right direction, and a lot of things I didn't really know until doing research on YouTube, Instagram, and just taking advice from various people and just making my own plan that works for me. So hopefully you did, learn something from that. That was the purpose of this video as well. Definitely check out the items that I linked that are on Amazon. Prime Day is coming, so you can get these things within 1 to 2 days. So you can start that journey now. Don't wait till January, like y'all like to do. Don't wait till January. Go ahead and start now. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments, and don't forget to come back for another video. Bye guys.